Welcome back to my channel today. Something unexpected happened at the farm. While Tieu was working quietly, Lynn, her older sister, who had never shown her any sympathy, appeared suddenly. With a cold gaze and words sharp as knives, Lynn hurled reproaches that cut through the calm of the place. The peaceful atmosphere turned tense in an instant. How will Tieu respond to such harshness? Will she manage to remain calm, or will her emotions take control? And once Lynn leaves, what awaits her under the rain that begins to fall mercilessly over the farm? Join me to find out, because what comes after this storm could change everything. Don't miss it. Let's dive into the story. Late in the afternoon in the farmyard, Tieu was washing a basket of watercress, letting the fresh water slip between her fingers. The sunlight was beginning to fade, tinting everything in a warm golden glow, while the breeze gently moved the leaves of the nearby trees. It was a moment of calm, a small oasis of tranquility after a long day of work. Suddenly, Lynn appeared in the yard. Her presence brought no peace, only instant tension. Her eyes, cold and piercing, fixed on Tieu with an intensity that seemed to cut the air. Lynn's voice rang out, filled with reproach and discontent. What were you thinking, asking Mom to forgive Mrs. Nia all the sadness and pain Mom has suffered? Do you want her to just forget it? With what you're doing, you're only hurting her more. Every word weighed heavily on Tieu's heart, but she stood firm, refusing to let her sister's anger intimidate her. Carefully, Tieu set the basket of watercress aside and lifted her gaze toward Lynn. Her voice, soft yet steady, carried a quiet determination. I only want things to be a little less heavy. I don't want Mom to live consumed by resentment. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, it means freeing the heart, finding peace within oneself. The contrast between them was striking. Lynn, wrapped in a whirlwind of emotion, seemed incapable of understanding the idea of reconciliation, while Tieu radiated calm and compassion, with a strength that did not need shouting to be felt. Each gesture, each word carried her deep desire for harmony, her yearning to soothe the wounds left open by the past. Lynn let out a sarcastic laugh, and in her eyes flickered a spark of calculation and cunning. "You're too naive," she said, her calm tone hiding a blade beneath it. "Mom trusts me, and I won't let you disappoint her. Don't think you can do whatever you want here on this farm." Her words were heavy with challenge, authority, enforced with a cold smile that sought not dialogue, but control. Without another word, Lynn spun on her heel and left. Her figure slowly disappeared beyond the gate, the last rays of the sun lighting her silhouette like a distant echo of tension and control. A little later, the sky darkened, and suddenly the rain began to pour. Uri returned from the riverbank, his clothes soaked through his hair, dripping with every step. Each footfall seemed heavier than the last, as if the weight of the rain carried his thoughts down with it. Yet his eyes still held that serenity, that gentle kindness that always defined him. Seeing him approach, Tieu ran without hesitation, her worry etched in every gesture. She pulled out a clean cloth and a dry set of clothes, desperate to wipe away every drop of water covering Uri. "Quick change before you catch a cold," she exclaimed, her voice filled with care and urgency. Her heart pounded hard because even though Uri seemed calm, she couldn't help but worry for him. Uri smiled with that quiet calm, a smile that seemed to hold back the storm itself. His voice roughened by the rain, and effort carried a touch of humor as he replied, "It's nothing. I just got a little wet." But even in his attempt to make light of it, there was something in his eyes that showed gratitude, a silent affection, as if every raindrop carried a shared memory, a bond deeper than words. Tieu remained in front of him, watching every small movement with quiet attention. Her eyes reflected an unexpected calm, a fleeting peace she rarely allowed herself to feel. The modest kitchen became a sanctuary, where the tension of the day was suspended in the air, along with the scent of the noodles. The sound of the rain kept tapping softly on the roof, blending with the occasional crackle of the fire and the gentle slurp of noodles being stirred. It was a concert of the everyday, simple yet profound holding time, still for a moment. Each breath carried with it the warmth of food and mutual care, reminding them both that even in gray days and sudden storms, the simplest gestures could light the soul. In that small refuge, Tieu and Uri shared more than a meal they shared. Humanity, quiet tenderness, a connection that needed no words. Outside, the rain became a poetic backdrop, a curtain that made the warmth and simplicity of the kitchen stand out even more, turning a common moment into an unforgettable memory. The next morning, the sky opened bright and clear, as if the storm had chosen to give them a respite. Uri returned from the river, with traps full of plump, glistening eels still slick from the rushing water. With careful hands, he washed them under a stream of fresh water, removing every trace of mud and leaves. Then he seasoned them with salt, a few stalks of lemongrass, and a touch of wild pepper, a fragrance that immediately carried the essence of the surrounding nature. Meanwhile, Tieu lit the fire with patient dedication, placing the grill over the glowing embers that crackled softly. Each spark seemed to dance in the air, mingling with the first rays of sunlight, filtering through the trees, creating a play of warm, welcoming light. Soon the aroma of the roasting eels filled the yard, rising with the smoke that drifted slowly dissolving into the blue sky. The soft laughter of the two blended with the crackling fire, and for an instant, the world seemed to pause. The outside troubles and hardships were momentarily forgotten. In that small corner of earth and warmth, Uri and Tieu shared more than food. They shared a fleeting calm that sheltered them from the chaos beyond. Each movement, from carefully turning the eels to adjusting the grill, was infused with care and quiet companionship, a silent language of trust and togetherness. In that moment, Tieu and Uri needed no words to understand one another. Their eyes shone with the joy of simplicity, with the recognition that though the world kept throwing challenges at them, they could still find a small heaven of serenity where their hearts felt safe. That sunny morning of smoke-soft laughter and the aroma of food became a memory destined to last, a reminder that even in the midst of storms, it is always possible to find a corner where life feels warm and whole.
Xin chào các bạn, chào mừng các bạn đã quay trở lại kênh của mình. Chiều muộn, sân trang trại tĩnh lặng. Tiêu đang cặm cụi rửa sổ rau muống thì Linh bất ngờ bước vào. Ánh mắt Linh sắc lạnh, giọng đầy trách móc. Em nghĩ gì mà dám xin mẹ tha thứ cho bà Nghĩa? Bao nhiêu đau khổ mẹ từng chịu, em lại muốn mẹ quên đi sao? Tiêu đặt rổ rau xuống, bình tĩnh ngẩng đầu. Em chỉ mong mẹ không sống trong hận thù nữa. Tha thứ không phải để quên, mà để lòng thanh thản. Linh khẽ cười khẩy, ánh mắt toan tính. Em ngây thơ quá, mẹ tin chị và chị sẽ không để em làm mẹ thất vọng. Đừng tưởng ở trong trang trại này em muốn làm gì thì làm. Nói xong, Linh quay người bỏ đi. Bóng dáng dần khuất xa ngoài cổng. Tiêu ngồi trước hiên, lòng nặng trĩu. Tối đến, bất chợt đổ mưa. Uri bước về, quần áo ướt sũng. Dù mệt mỏi, anh vẫn rũ nụ cười. Thấy vậy, Tiêu hốt hoảng chạy ra, đưa khăn, giục anh mau thay đồ kẻo cảm lạnh. Uri chỉ cười xòa, rồi nói không sao đâu, chỉ là dính một chút mưa thôi. Tiêu vẫn không yên tâm. Sau đó cô đi nấu mì để cả hai ăn. Cả hai ngồi đối diện nhau trong tiếng mưa rơi ngoài hiên. Căn bếp nhỏ dần tràn ngập hơi ấm bình yên. Sáng hôm sau, Uri mang về những con lươn béo tốt từ bẫy hôm qua. Anh rửa sạch với ướp muối, xả, rồi tự Tiêu nhóm bếp và đặt nghỉ nướng. Khoảnh khắc ấy, cả hai vẫn tìm thấy trong mình một khoảng bình ở trời bình yên nhỏ bé, đủ để sưởi ấm trái tim.